Hello everyone, in this video I have Scrapbook Process 36 to share with you. This is my first one with the first edition Hey Baby collection from Trimcraft, and I thought I would do a couple of layouts with this collection featuring some pictures of my nieces and nephews when they were all ickle and babies and very, very cute. Obviously they're still cute, but the oldest one's 15 now, they're getting on. Anyways, so I'll talk about the specific picture in a minute, but this is my main background paper, and I've cut out two because I wanted to fussy cut some of these hot air balloons. Now you may be wondering why I would fussy cut some when there's already a load on the backing paper, but these things will become clear shortly because I'm doing lots of layers in this particular layout. So I am using a very common scrapbooking technique for this one, which is to cut out a file on my silhouette. That hot air balloon, I think it's a Page Evans cut file, I'm not sure, to be honest. I just typed hot air balloon into the silhouette store and that was one of the first ones that came up that I like the look of. And those clouds as well I cut on my silhouette. I think those are shapes that come, the free ones you get automatically. But yes, backing the cut file with different pattern papers, very, very common technique. I probably don't need to explain it because I'm sure you've seen it a million times before. I certainly cannot claim originality to it, as loads and loads of people do it, but neither can I say who was the first to do it because I have no idea. So yes, basically, on the off chance you haven't seen it before, you just back each little section of your cut file with a different patterned paper, and to do that you sort of trace the area which you need to back very lightly in pencil. You can do it on the reverse side by turning the file around, but I just prefer to do it on the pattern paper side to know exactly what I'm doing. And then yes, you just cut it slightly bigger than your pencil mark, so there's room for it to stick on the back of the cut file, and then erase the pencil lines and then stick it on, usually using some sort of liquid adhesive in one of those little fine liner bottles. Mine aren't official fine liner bottles, they're a cheap equivalent, but I believe they work just as well. I mean, I've never used the official fine liner bottle, I cannot guarantee this for sure, but anyway, so yes, it just goes on like that. Now I could have done different pattern papers because you can see there's kind of like three sections to the hot air balloon. There's the top and the bottom, the middle bit, under sort of that flourishy bit, and the bottom bit, but I thought it would actually look better if I just used the same paper for each line kind of thing. And I could also have left the bits at the bottom blank, not put something behind them, because those are like the strings that the basket hangs from, but then there would be a load of trapped space on the layout and it would look a bit blech. So yes, that's what I did, just use the same paper for each line kind of thing, and all those are from the 8x8 paper pad, and it was just big enough to do those if you did them at a particular angle rather than having to cut out each bit out separately kind of thing. Now off screen I did stitch around the middle part of that hot air balloon, just that sort of flourishy bit in the middle, with a very light pink embroidery silk. I didn't stitch around the whole thing as I thought that would be too fussy. I also put that yellow paper down on the basket because it looked a bit rubbish when it was just blaring white, and I used that same paper to back my photo, as I'm not usually a yellow person, but I thought it was a really nice contrast against the minty of the background. So those clouds I also stitched around the edges of. I did that off screen, I did it like downstairs on the sofa. It's the kind of thing you do when you're not like actively crafting but you want to keep your hands busy kind of thing. I'm a fidgety person, I can't just sit and watch TV or something, I have to just fidget. So doing something like fussy cutting or hand stitching is the perfect time, for me to do that kind of thing. So, as well as the fussy cut hot air balloons, there are a couple in the decoupage pad that are glittery. I didn't use all of those because I didn't want all of my hot air balloons to be glittery kind of thing. And you can see now why I've fussy cut some of them, because I wanted some to go sort of partially over the clouds to add more depth and stuff to the layout. So every single thing, the hot air balloon, the clouds, and the extra little mini hot air balloons are going up on foam, basically. Every single one of them on the same thickness of foam, so they're all at the same layer kind of thing. And if something is going underneath something or partially over something, then what you do in that case is figure out where it's going and then just add a normal bit of double-sided tape, because if it's just foam over the whole back of it and it goes over something else that's on foam, then you're going to get an awkward little sort of lift of layer and not everything will be lying flush and it will look naff. So yes, that's what I'm doing. You can just see me put that bit of double-sided tape in the right spot there, so it lies nice and flush. So there we go, and that's what I just keep doing over and over again. And I do the same thing with the little mini hot air balloons, in that figuring out where they don't need to be lifted on foam. I hope that's making sense to you guys. But yeah, so I just keep doing that over and over again. And I also punched out from the decoupage pad some of those little mint clouds. Well, it's not really a mint, it's like a dark mint. Yes. But yes, I'm going to do the same thing with some of those as well. Just sort of lift them up. It adds lots of layers and dimension and stuff to the layout, which I really, really like. So my picture, even though it's not on screen right now, is a picture of me and the eldest of the nieces and nephews, which is AIMEE, who is 15 this year. I can't quite believe that. I was 13 when she's born, so you're also getting a little glimpse of 13-year-old Grace, who was... oh dear, fashion choices not so good. Also, you're seeing my natural hair as well, big and ginger, and it hasn't been natural in a very long time. I don't even know if it would still look like that now. It's been dyed so regularly, but yes, she was so cute and so sweet, little newborn AIMEE. Oh, absolute little darling. I mean, they all were really, but yes, AIMEE was the first, and yeah. So... I'm talking about my picture and it's not even in shot. I'm really sorry about that. There it is. I decided the yellow around the edge was a little bit harsh. Well, not harsh. I did like it, but it just needed something else because it's quite a floaty layout, that it needed something to make it more light and floaty on the picture. So just one layer of tissue paper is all I needed there. But yes, now you can see the picture and you can see what I'm talking about. Grace, who still had ginger hair, but also wanted to be a grungy goth person, shudder, and delightful little newborn baby AIMEE down there as well. Oh, so cute. So yes, I wanted to use that hello little one, that kind of green thing. I just wanted like an extra sentiment as well as the title, but the green one was just, even though it matched the backing paper perfectly, it was just too big and bulky for this layout. So I went with that really little one that is white and glittery and just says special delivery. And I'm backing this as well with another piece of foam. Obviously everything else is lying at exactly the same level, but I thought with the picture I'm just going to raise it up one more level to make it stand out even more, just slightly higher. Slight change of mind, should I put it up there? But no, I wanted it down there and slightly coming off the balloon as well. I don't really know why, I just thought that would look best. So for my title, each one of these layouts I do is going to be called Hey Baby and then the name of said baby. So this one is Hey Baby AIMEE. And I couldn't decide those, as I said, that's from the decoupage pad. So you're supposed to layer them on top of each other, but Grace doesn't do that. So first I wanted to use the big star with the yellow glittery border, which you can just see popping out at the top there. But as much as I liked it, it just wasn't quite right for this layout. Like, it just stands out a bit too much. And I really wanted to keep with this sort of delicate floaty theme for this layout, so I decided to use the one that's not even on a star, just the one on its own like that, and then have Hey Baby on one cloud and AIMEE on the other cloud. I think that's quite cute. So I just put that on with some more tacky glue and a fine liner bottle, and I've also put little foam squares on the bottom of the B's and the Y's, so they, again, all the lying flush. How many times have I said that in this voiceover? And then the AIMEE, those are Simply Creative alphas, the cute little pastel pink, and I am putting more extra adhesive on those just because I don't care what brand it is. I love Simply Creative, obviously I do, but yeah, I don't care what brand it is. If it's chipboard, it's getting extra adhesive on it because I don't trust chipboard to stay just as far as I can throw it, and like, it's light and small, so I could probably throw it pretty far, but it just needs extra adhesive, otherwise it's just gonna pop off your layout. So yes, I'm not entirely sure if that was a tip or a rant. I don't know. It was a tant. Anyways, couple of butterflies. Yes, there were a couple of things without the layout. I liked it, but there was a certain amount of flatness to it. Like, there wasn't enough areas of interest. So I've just added a few little things either from the decoupage pad or the little sticker book, just to add more little pieces of colour and more interest and all that kind of thing. Those enamel shapes I'm using there, those I bought from the Works. a good year ago. I bought about 4 packets because they were 50p each and haven't used them yet. And I thought this is finally the layout to use them on, because there's the cloud shapes, which is perfect. And the colours as well, with the really light pink glitter and the really light blue glitter, because we already got some like glittery elements on the layout. It was finally time for me to use them. And there's me using a couple of little bits from the sticker book as well. So yes, I think there's only one more thing I do after this, which is using some Nuvo drops. Just again, couple more elements of colour and interest. You can still see that the picture is the main thing you're looking at, but there's still lots going on to have a little look at. So the Nuvo drops I use are Duck Egg Blue, which is one of my favourite colours of Nuvo drop. And the other one is White Blizzard, which is a white glitter one. It's slightly clear, but not completely translucent. It's just like, yeah, glittery, and that helps because there is a lot of glittery elements on this layout. But there we go, that is the last thing I do, I'm pretty sure. I'm really quite proud of this layout. It's quite different from me. I don't usually do cutesy things, but yes, I thought this would be super cute to do. Picture of me and the firstborn of the nieces and nephews, but obviously I love them all dearly and equally, and there will be layouts with the others too, so look out for those coming. Thank you so much for watching as ever. I will leave links to where you can get this collection in the description box. And yes, I think that's it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me and my channel out. And yes, okay, that's quite enough from me. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.